Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the postseason edition of the Bronx Muchachos podcast, put together by 5 Reasons Sports Network. I'm your host, Mark. We got Dave.
Welcome, everybody.
And we got Danny with us tonight.
What's good, everybody?
All right, everyone, you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, like. Especially if you're watching here on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Don't forget to check out all of our stuff on Linktree, which is link.tree/Real Bronx Muchachos. For all of our sponsors, Lids, Southwest Airlines, Hilton. And of course, with SeatGeeks. Don't forget, if you need any tickets for anything like that, go to SeatGeeks.com. Use our code, all caps, Bronx Muchachos. Boys,
save you $20.
Hey, that's right. $20. Boys, game one's in the books. We're up 1-0. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
We're doing what we're supposed to do, getting the job done. What do you got? Danny, what do you think? What did you think about the game tonight?
Well, IKF started off really rough. That was really bad.
Bro.
that was really bad.
So
first
bad.
play of the game, not making that play, and then after Quantrill walks Giancarlo, Oswaldo gets on base, and he swings at the first pitch like, bro, what are you doing? But he redeemed himself with that triple or single in the air later in the game, and turned that nice double play at the end of the game as well. Gerrit Cole shoved, and that's what he was supposed to. He gave his one homer. That's cool. That's what he's allotted. That's within his quota. I'm okay with that. You really needed that from Gerrit Cole to kind of settle everybody down. And the offense did its thing. We didn't even need Aaron Judge. He was 0 for 4. We're like 0 for 3 with 3 Ks in a walk. Stolen base, a big stolen base. Rizzo hit that homer. Like, this is the formula. Bader, the Bronxville kid, and Ron Darling. He said, Horseman's in Bronxville. No, it's in Riverdale in the Bronx. All right. 2 different places. Bronxville and Riverdale. All right. So just for all our listeners to understand.
First of all, Riverdale and Bronxville ain't even close together.
Exactly. No. And
he's over here, and the other one's over here.
I grew up in Riverdale, and I went to college in Bronxville. 2 different places. All right. So Ron Darling, get it together, get your facts straight, unsacked. But beyond that, this is the type of game that the Yankees need to win. Homers, good defense, and solid starting pitching. And the bullpen did what it needs to do. They got the last 9 outs or 8 outs, or whatever it was. So good job on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, huge game. Starting out did not feel like that. You could definitely see that the umpires were definitely squeezing Gerrit Cole. I mean, he dropped a curveball in there. They hit the bottom of the box, and they called it a ball. And I was just like, how is that a ball? And then the ball that snuck through IKF's glove, in the bottom of the first inning. It's like, here we go. But, we came back, got that first run on the board with Bader's home run, with his first home run as a Yankee. Unless someone else can prove me wrong, I believe that's his first home run in pinstripes. So that was great to see, and then seeing him almost having to make a diving catch in center field tonight, that was great. Can't say anything more about that kid. Judge 0 for 4, big deal. He's carried this offense for the last 2.5 months on his back. Not really worried about it. He'll come around. Rizzo's home run was absolutely huge. Going back to the first half of the season, Rizzo. But what really upset me is Josh Donaldson tonight. Thinking he had that home run, not running it out, staying at first with that double play later in the game, just making stupid base running errors. Run the ball out. Just run the ball out until someone tells you it's a home run. But yeah, overall, bullpen came in, did his job, got his last 8 outs. And even though Clay tried to make it interesting at the end, Wandy looked really good for not having thrown a pinch since, I believe, the 15th of September. So yeah, all good things going forward.
No, I agree with you. There's one thing I will like to say about Donaldson. One, when it came to the home run, I mean, his first base coach is giving him high fives about that. So I mean, I can see where he kind of might have a case like, oh, I thought it was a home run. If I'm getting high fived by the first base coach around the bag, then yeah, that's one thing. But the double play, that's that's not on Donaldson at all. I mean, that was a ball that was being caught, and J Ram was trying to throw behind him at first base, so he was doing the right thing there. I mean, you can't give him crap for that one. You can give him crap for the home run, but not on the double play. The double play was supposed to be a catch caught ball, and they were trying to throw behind him. So it's I know there's a lot of hate for Donaldson not running things out, not doing, especially on the offense. But there's that play in particular, I don't think is his fault at all.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's exactly. I mean, it seemed like it was his fault just because it just seemed like all the negative stuff that happened in the game involved him for some reason. But it is what it is. I mean, that ball could have bounced over the wall. That actually reminded me of the 2004 ALCS when Tony Clark ripped that ball down the first base line and it hopped up into the stands for the grounds rule double instead of just rolling around like it did. So. Yeah, strange things do happen, but it just seemed like Donaldson was in the middle of like all the weird stuff going on. So,
well, I think IKF was in the middle of some weird things too. I mean, like you said,
yeah.
the ball that goes underneath the glove. Then he had that shot down first base over into the corner, and what's his name couldn't even their right fielder couldn't even play it.
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez didn't even play it correctly, and it turns into like Danny said, a single with an error for two bags. Then IKF had to start up a nice double play, but then almost booted it in the later on when he threw the ball yet again in the dirt. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to be I don't want to be negative. It's a good game.
Yep.
We're happy. We're not going negative. Listen, Cole shoved. Bullpen
It's
did
a
what they had
recap.
to do.
Recap the game.
Exactly. It's a recap there. But Cole did what he was supposed to do, which it's going to set the tone because then you got Nasty Nestor coming up in maybe not even Thursday anymore. It's about maybe Friday as they're talking about bad weather, in the area. So hopefully that game gets done on Thursday. But
why not move it up? Like, why wait?
Well, yeah, why not play tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, no, Alex is right. 10 more wins, 100%.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
this was a good step one. I feel like this is not what I feel like in the past. Just based on everything that's happened, like with all the losses and everything's so built up on game one. Game one is important, but there was just a calming kind of sense with this game. Obviously, there was a lot of anxiety at the beginning of it, but the way Cole was pitching, the way our bullpen was deployed, I think Boone did a good job of getting Johnny in there, getting the correct matchups, and Wandy looked really good.
Wandy did, and
sharp.
I'll say one thing. One of the big criticism I always have with Boone, amongst the many things that we criticize him for, but he in the passive onto the bullpen way too soon. And today he trusted his starting pitching, and he didn't burn out. He didn't use up everybody right away. He got the right people in at the right time, and and now we can still have anybody else like a Clark Schmidt. Mingo's ready. We have guys.
Trevino.
Yeah, Trevino. We have the guys still available that Cleveland hasn't really seen, which is important because anytime the Astros have, we'll take the next step further. When we've lost the Astros or most of the teams, it's because the bullpen's been used early, and everybody's seen the pitches that are there, and they know exactly what's coming, and it's a wrap at that point.
But also, we never had the starting pitching that we have this year. Like, Gerrit Cole's finally, game one in the Bronx. It took 3 years to do it, but we've been in the playoffs each of those years. Obviously, it's been kind of crazy, but having him kind of stabilize and the way Nestor is a legit number two. Going into each of these playoffs over the past 4 or 5 years, Sevy's been our guy, and then you kind of patch it together after him. We had J-Hab and Davey and all these dudes who are not really dudes. This is the first time we got 3 legit guys at the top of this rotation that are expected to go deep in the games. You think Nestor's going to go 6 or 7? Sevy's going to go 6 or 7, and that's the expectation. So before we never had that.
No, you're right about that. And Sevy, especially looking what Sevy just did before. I mean, Sevy's got that dog back in him. Like he's raring to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see with Sevy. Sevy is just chomping at the bit. He wants the whole thing.
I don't know what game I'm more amped for, game 2 or game 3, just because the way Sevy's throwing a ball now, and Cleveland hasn't seen him this year. So you win game 2, you go into game 3 feeling pretty good about things, given the fact the way Severino's just chucking the ball. Especially in his last start, man, almost throwing a no-hitter. So it's encouraging.
I think Nestor's going to have a really good game. Just looking at this offense, Nestor's a contact type of dude. He's not going to strike out the world. And, that's why Cole's pitch count went up high because, they were fouling pitches off. They weren't really putting good wood on it. Nestor's going to force that contact. And there's going to be a lot of ground balls to JD, a lot of ground balls to IKF. And he may go deep into this game because they're going to make quick early outs. Well, that's the hope. And on the ground, soft contact. They're not going to hit him hard.
No, but all he's got to do is match zeros because they got Shane Bieber going in game 2. So once he matches the zeros with them, then it becomes a bullpen game, and that's where the. Well, you didn't think Bieber was pitching game 2?
I thought Plesac was pitching game 2, Bieber 3, McKenzie 4.
No. I thought Plesac was done because he broke his hand.
Plesac is in their bullpen. It's going to be Bieber in game 2.
And McKenzie game 3. And even game 3.
They don't know what game 4.
Yeah. And McKenzie, I'm not even worried about McKenzie. He's a 5 and dive kind of guy.
I know he carved us up pretty good when we faced him in the regular season, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? If all you got to do is extend his pitch count a little bit, you're not going past the 5th inning. Like that's at that point, I'm not worried about him. Just get me past Bieber, and I'm good to go. I'm good. Which goes back to what you were saying before, Dave. What are you more amped for, game 2 or game 3? If we win game 2, game 3 is going to be crazy amped right there.
Yeah.
I feel like this is very ho-hum, though. We should be beating these dudes, And before the series, I said 4 games. I think Cleveland will eventually win a game, whether it's a bullpen game or whatever the case is. Them coming back late, maybe in progressive, because it's hard to sweep teams. That's just a reality of the matter. But if the Yankees can go into game 3 with up 2-0, it'll be kind of hard to beat.
It's hard for teams to close out games. I mean, look at the Astros-Seattle game. Seattle was up 7-3 at one point, and Jordan with a 3-run walk-off jack.
Robbie Ray is the softest pitcher in recent memory that I've ever encountered. First off, he couldn't get the job done last year for Toronto when he won the Cy Young, and then he decided, hey, you know what? I want to go to Seattle because they're not going to win. I don't want to win. I want to be somewhere where it's nice and cozy for me and my family. And he has a prerogative to do that. But if you're going to be pitching in big games, have some gumption and not throw a ball down the middle to Yordan Alvarez. Because you know what this does? It gives the Astros momentum. And that's what pisses me off. It gives them another moment in the playoffs to be like, oh, we're the Astros and we win all the time. Nah, bro. You're supposed to be out there trying to compete. And how you going to throw a 0-1 pitch, a fastball down the middle to Yordan Alvarez? Come on. Soft.
That's how you really feel.
I wasn't even going to go anywhere near this just because of how bad I just wanted to throw a baseball at my television screen when I saw this happen, because I clicked the game on and just hearing that they chased Verlander out of the game after 4 innings, giving up, 6 runs or something? And I was like, they did what? I was like, man, they may be for real. And then you get to the 9th inning. They're up by 3, or 2, actually. It was a 3-run home run that won it. And I see Ray coming in. I'm like, maybe this actually might work out for him, one pitch, bang. I was like, are you for real right now? I was like, I really hate this team with a passion. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the Mariners. They have the game won. And their $115 million man takes a dump on the mound like that.
Soft.
Like, that is just bad.
Soft.
It's just bad.
Just think of all the soft things in the world.
That'd be like
that's Robbie Ray.
Throwing a beach ball to David Ortiz or Barry Bonds back in the day.
Come on.
Like, you just don't pitch to this guy. Walk him.
What a loser.
Yeah, well, here's a good question. Do you think with Verlander having an outing like he had, do you think Verlander is done now? I mean, they pitched him 170. They pitched him 175 innings at first year back from Tommy John. They had they have no regard for his body or any longevity left.
If they plan on making a deep run, man, they're gonna have to, because they don't have a backup ace like they did when they had Cole there and Greinke, and they had guys there to pick them up. They don't.
They got Framber
Valdez and Javier and guys like that, but it's going to be difficult to sustain this. If he ends up injured at the end of the DS, losing Brantley earlier, and now if they potentially lose Verlander, it's not going to look good for them.
Altuve was 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. I like seeing that.
Yes,
I thought he was going to tie the game up against Seawall. I was like, oh, well, this is it. There's that moment for them. But instead, they gave it to Yordan Alvarez to make sure. They wanted to spread the love. That's what the Mariners do. My boy Chase, he's a Mariners fan. And he texted me. He was like, oh, my God. I feel so bad for him. But, he got that exciting moment in Toronto, and that quickly evaporated. So it sucks. The Braves and Phillies was a tight game too,
Yeah, I thought Atlanta was going to come back and win it because Olsen hit that home run, that 3-run home run to center field. I was like, oh, maybe this isn't over quite yet. And then the fly ball to Castellanos to end that one. And then you got LA playing now. So
yeah, Dodgers are up 5-0 right now.
Dodgers are just so good. It doesn't make sense how good the Dodgers are.
They're just a freak of nature, man.
What's crazy? I liked how all these Met fans were, when the Mets still had a chance, they all thought they were going to take the Dodgers.
Which was like what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? Yeah.
It's a distant memory.
You see that meme that says spent 175 days in first place, and then it has the Braves logo, spent 8 days in first place, and wins the
the best meme is the return on Steve Cohen spent like $2.5 billion to get bounced for his best starting pitchers to crap the bed.
Oh, one other thing we got.
No, it is. They said he spent $2.5 billion to have the best closers theme song. That's what he spent the money on.
Yeah.
So, other postseason news that happened today, Aroldis Chapman decided to just say, peace.
He's a loser.
Just quit.
At least Robbie Ray
I thought he quit a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been on the air since it happened, so in case anyone's been living under a rock, Aroldis Chapman was supposed to report for a mandatory team workout a couple of days ago and just said, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to stay in Miami and hang out. And, Boone and Cashman and Hal finally grew a set and told him to stay there, that he's not welcome back. So thank you. I won't have to see Aroldis Chapman giving up meatballs to Jose Altuve in the ALCS to lose it.
With Chapman, it was crazy with Chapman because he said he'll be there if they can guarantee that he's going to be on the roster, and they said we're not guaranteeing. He was like, all right, if you can't guarantee, I'm not going to go.
The way he's pitched this year.
Oh no,
he didn't get DFA'd.
Oh, I'm with you on that. $60 million, they're not DFA'ing him. It's kind of one of
those crazy things have happened.
Well, no, he's a free agent, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. This was the end of the contract anyway. Just him and Britton both are done, and Chad Green.
I don't know.
Our favorite reliever, Chad Green.
I don't know,
my
man.
favorite religion.
And as Alex said, deuces to Chapman. You're 100% right, brother.
Yeah.
Well, the other meme that I saw too was a car driving with the Yankees logo, and it said the Yankees creating their postseason roster or whatever, and then just this person in the car is throwing another person out of the car, and it says Aroldis Chapman.
Speaking of the roster, well, let me say this too. I think it might be a good thing that Chapman's not on this team right now. I think he's such a bad person that just put bad juju on the rest of the team. You know, he was there for 2019 and 2018, and him just being there, 2017, just being the absolute face of failure for 5 years. So, glad he's not there. That stupid smirk when Altuve hits a homer.
Joe, did you see the savagery on Twitter? I think Gabe Playoff Tanaka on Twitter posted this video. It says, "Thank you for everything, Chapman," and it's a montage of all the games that he's blown.
The Brasso game,
What
the Altuve game.
made me upset was the fact that they had Enter Sandman playing in the background. I'm like, you can't. I'm like, I'm sorry. No, just stop. This cannot. No.
Yeah.
That song was played for one person and one person only, and it has no business being in this video montage.
Aroldis Chapman.
I was like, what is this guy thinking Chapman for? And I watched it. I'm like, yo, that is an absolute troll job if I've ever seen one. It was great.
We might win the World Series now because Chapman's
Imagine that. Imagine that.
A terrible person.
And then we could give Chi the ring instead of Chapman.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Harrison Bader, the Bronxville kid. Yeah, let's do it. Everybody else but Aroldis Chapman. If the Yankees do win the World Series, does he even get a ring? Like, do they invite him back to pick it up, or
they just mail it to him?
They mail it to him. Yeah.
FedEx.
Well, you know, it's crazy. There's different levels of I found out there's different levels of World Series rings you can get. So there's like an A ring, there's an B ring, a B ring, and a C ring. So like, and that's wild. So like I listened to about when the Marlins won in 2003. Like there were A rings that were created, and they had all these, all the diamonds, all the rubies, all this, all the emeralds, all that stuff that was created.
Those are for the high rollers.
Well, those are for everyone on the 26-man roster. Those are for the executives, the owner, all the top guys. Like B rings are for, like some of the middle kind of guys. But some players get a B ring too. Some people, one guy sued the Marlins to get an A ring, and he got his A ring.
So what was George Costanza's position with the Yankees?
Assistant to the traveling
secretary.
So he probably got the C ring, right? That's what Chapman's gonna get.
Yeah, because the traveling secretary gets the B ring.
Yeah. So he says he's assistant. He's definitely getting the C ring.
Well, heck, if David Robertson was on the team, Chapman wouldn't even get a playoff share.
Right.
No,
man. That's so bad.
Dave Robertson just be straight up robbing people. Oh, yeah. This is mine. No, this is mine.
The clubbies, forget those guys. They don't help us out. We don't keep our deepest, darkest secrets.
Exactly. It's the craziest thing that he's out for that guy, and that guy's out for the ALDS or the NLDS because he was jumping, celebrating a home run, Bryce Harper's home run, and he hurt his knee or something like that.
Yeah.
He's an old man, dude. He's like 38 years old. Go home, bro.
You know what? I'll never forget him running from the bullpen. Oh shoot! What was that fight? I think it was our fight against Boston.
Was the Boston or was it Detroit? It was the Detroit
or Tampa? Detroit. Yes.
It was the Miggy Cabrera Austin Romine game, I think. Yeah,
Detroit where Sanchez sucker punched Miggy.
Exactly. He was highlighting.
No, that fight was in Detroit. That was a different fight. I know what Danny's talking about too. That was a different fight.
Oh man,
I think it may have been against Toronto. Now that I think of it,
or Tampa.
It's
either against Tampa, Boston, or Detroit.
Was it the Savages in the box game?
Oh man,
Yeah, but there was no. Was there a fight in that game? I don't think there was a fight in that game.
Yeah, not that
Like
game, but
the
that
last time
series.
last time the Yankees and Tampa had anything big was Chapman
Was Chapman
threw it.
threw at Brousseau's head.
Yeah, and then after the game was staring them all down.
Chapman, what a loser.
And then he gives up to the home run to the guy that he almost drilled in the head with a 105-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah. Well, Chapman and Robbie Ray belong when you look
side
up
by
soft.
Side.
Yeah, both of their faces.
Maybe Chapman will make his way up to the Pacific Northwest to hang out with them.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You can go hang out with Robbie Torn. They can go play in the Disney softball league together.
Someone's gonna give him a 1-year, 5-year deal full of
the Marlins.
I can see that. I mean, I can see him staying close to home. I mean, shoot, he will.
Or Tampa.
He lives in
Tampa
Davie.
Bay.
God,
Tampa Bay won't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Hey, they might do it just for the hell of it, dude. I mean, they signed Corey Kluber.
You know where I could see him going? I could see him going to the White Sox. They got the the South Side has got a little Havana going on over there. He would fit right into that clubhouse. And even with Jose Abreu going.
Too. Oh, yeah.
Or he might just jump on the bandwagon and go sign with the Astros.
Oh God.
One could only hope. Start blowing games for the Astros.
Well, this is a huge win for the Yankees. I'm glad we won.
Huge.
I know everybody's happy. You know, we set the tone in game 1. We really did. The homers, the great defense. I think I tweeted out 129 defensive runs saved for a reason. You know, Ozzie made that great play left. Donaldson made like 2 or 3 plays that really made an impact. That throw to home to get the lead runner. The dive and play heading into foul territory. He did his thing defensively. Yeah. And I mean, he got a couple hits too, but
he'll be all right. Running. Not worried about him.
Base running kind of.
Rizzo too. Rizzo both sides of the ball. I mean,
yeah, Rizzo a couple picks. Yeah,
he had a couple picks starting the double play. Drew it up.
That Trevino threw on the ground. He saved that one too.
Well, IKF, belly bomb that he threw, but that's what Rizzo does. That's why you have Rizzo there, because everybody trusts that he's gonna make the plays at first base. You're a Platinum Glove winner for a reason, and he showed it. He came through today. This is the reason why you have Anthony Rizzo, because he's the guy that's gonna keep that team together, and he's the one that they can rely on because he's been through it, and he's already got a ring to show for it. So,
and I think it showed a lot of gumption for this team to be off for 5 days and come out and play a complete game that they did.
I was happy because I really thought I thought that the team was going to come out flat-footed, especially offensively. I thought any of the hot bats were going to come out and be anemic because this layoff. I didn't think. I get on one side you get it because you want your pitching staff lined up, but on the second side it's just too much time that bats are not swing. That they're not there, and that's going to be a detriment to them.
They got the job done today.
100%. Game 1, the Raps. I mean, go game 2. Got Nasty Nestor on the bump, doing his thing, getting bringing back Hialeah for everybody, doing the dancing on the mound. Can't go wrong with that, man.
I really think Nestor's going to shove against this team. I know I said it earlier, but he's going to have a really good game.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, a lot of quick outs.
Yeah, we got Nostradamus going on right now.
Yeah. Hopefully that one drinks it.
Well, anything we missed?
No, I think we pretty much hit the nail on the head.
No, we got Yankees win, Philadelphia wins, Seattle blows it. Dodgers will do what they do against San Diego as of right now. So I think Alex said it the best. Go Yankees.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex watching from an undisclosed location. Miss you, dude.
Yep. Can't wait for you to be back, Alex.
And we're holding it down for you, brother.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for everybody for watching. If you missed tonight, don't worry, you can get it tomorrow morning when it hits all the podcast platforms, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, all that good stuff. Check the show link below. Has the link for our link tree, link to SeatGeek. Use the code Bronx Muchachos, all capital, save $20 on your ticket purchase. If you need Game 2 tickets, go get them through SeatGeek. Helps us out. And also, big news today, we just launched our online store for all the official Bronx Muchachos merchandise. Go check that out. And a lot of good stuff there. Use promo code BM20 to save 20% site-wide. So there you have it. We'll be back again Thursday night, regardless of Game 2 or not. It's a regular scheduled programming. So see you Thursday night. Bronx Muchachos, signing off.
Peace.
Adios.